What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rimworld. Hope you're having a good Christmas. I don't know about you guys, but over here in Indiana, it's kind of raining right now. It's not really, it's not really the kind of white Christmas that everyone always hopes for each year. But despite that, though, the temperature outside's feeling pretty damn good. I think it's about maybe mid 40s, something like that. I'm trying to think. Is there anything worth blabbing about before we get started here? And I guess there isn't, man. So let's just hop into it. I think in this episode, what we're going to try to do is probably start fleshing out some of those living corner, well, the living corner section that I'm going to start with first, I think. And that's probably going to be after I get through winter here, because I don't really like to start major construction projects until we get through winter months. Because in this game, man, winter can kind of be rough sometimes. um, is there anything else? If you weren't here during the last episode, I managed to basically get done with, well, got some teeny bits here and there of stuff that I'm still working on, I guess. But the uh, the side rooms where I'm basically doing this with, where I'm stuffing them all with the chem fuel generators, I basically finished that up. And the idea there is that I'm going to wind up basically stocking all of those rooms up uh, with those generators so that I can start nipping away at these solar panels. And I think through time, what I'm going to try to do is figure out some sort of cute way to maximize my profit with boomalopes. Because then at that point, I should maintain some form of self sustaining headquarters here and not need to rely on solar panels ever again. And I did the math at one point, and like I said in my last episode, I'm definitely not a math guy, so I don't know really if my numbers are accurate or not. But if they are, I'm gonna wind up having way more energy from the chem fuel reactors, just from, well, I mean, once I get this section over here done, um, I'll have about, I think, almost double the power with just these versus all of these solar panels. Because I think together, if if these, for example, are generating 1,000 watts, which I know obviously solar panels are variable, you can't really main doing math with 1,000 watts per solar panel is being liberal in the calculation here, I think, because you'll never get 1,000 watts consistently from these things, especially like these. This appears to be underneath uh, a mountain or something. I don't know why I did that, but I guess I did it just to be consistent, I guess. But if you hypothetically said that each one of these generates 1,000 watts, and I can't remember how many of these I've got out here. Um, it's a pretty significant number though, 181. I think if I did the math right, oh shit, I can do that right now actually. So if we've got 181 out there, bringing up my calculator on my phone here. Let me see here. Okay, 181 times 1,000. That's shit. I think I may have screwed up. 181. Uh, 181,000 watts. And that's a little worrisome here. So if we've got, Jesus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So now, let me see here. 16 times 2, 32 times 4, 128. And if these things generate what? I can't remember what these things generate. Okay, so those are 1,000 times 1,000. That gives me 128,000. Okay, so actually, if these things consistently generated 1,000 watts, I'd actually be making more with these than I would those chem fuels. The thing, though, like I said earlier, is that these things, the solar panels, they're not consistent. One day they might be generating 1,000 or whatever it is. I can't freaking remember what it is. Let's look at down here to see what it generates. Because right now it's during daytime. And I don't even know if really this reading's correct. I don't know what I... See, that's the other thing too that I'm beginning to kind of suspect here. So it doesn't seem to be giving you a value of the max that it's capable of producing for power. It looks like it's giving you the total that it generates, I don't know, per day, I guess, maybe? I'm not really sure how to read this, or what it means exactly. I need to do some research on this, but see, this maxes out at 1,000. So with this, it just keeps going up and up and up. Not really sure, man. I just don't... I don't know now how to think about things. I thought I would generate more power with all of these, and I bet consistency-wise, I bet it's... I'm beginning to suspect now that it'll kind of be more towards parity to what I have now. Looks like there's a... Okay, so it maxes out at what appears to be, well, yeah, 1,700 watts. Okay. So if those max out at 1,700 watts, that would... You'd have to really get mathematical with this. You know, you'd have to take a reading of the type of power it generates per day. Maybe like take a tally of that for a single month or two. Theoretically, I mean, you should do that for the entire year, and then, you know, calculate averages off of that entire year's amount of power observation, and then multiply that value, I guess, against the total number of solar panels that you have, because that would give you a more accurate reading of the total power that this stuff generates, I guess, per year. I don't know, man. I just know that I want something that's a little more consistent, and I'm going to go ahead and give these a shot to see how far I can get with them, because I still think that it's going to wind up being better than this. Because if you got to remember that, you know, whenever you have cloudy days, the eclipses, and sure, there's that situation that you can sometimes run into where there's like a volcanic eruption and it blacks out the sky for like an entire month or some shit. I've gone through that a few times, not in this colony, but in a different colony that I have saved. That shit sucks, because that kills everything just about. But with all of those kinds of X factors, you know, it makes it sometimes questionable whether or not you actually have a better outcome with solar panels than you do something that's a little more consistent. But like I said, the overall goal here is to maintain some sort of sustainable type of base. And I've seen videos on YouTube where you can basically do that through boomlopes and the chem fuel that they generate, or, you know, produce, and then using the chem fuel generators as the power generator. So I'm gonna try this, man. We'll see how far I can get with it, and just kind of go from there. But I was thinking that if I can do what I'm wanting to do, then I'll get rid of all of these solar panels and reacquire the space that they currently occupy and repurpose it for something. Now, what I would repurpose it for is what I'm not currently sure about. I've thought about adding that to the pin stuff, and then I've also thought about maybe just using it as extra rooms for living space. I just don't know, man. I don't know what to do with it just yet. But I know that I'm not going to be able to do anything with any of it until I get these rooms, excuse me, rooms built. So that's kind of where I'm going with this right now. Any animals worth training? Doesn't look like it. Some alpacas. I'm not really interested in getting alpacas though. Alright. One thing that I've been trying to figure out is how to make the food prep and kitchen operations a little more efficient. Because one thing I've learned in this design is that it seems as if things aren't going as well as they used to where food is concerned. I suspect a lot of it has to do with them having to walk all the way out here and do stuff. I mean, we've got a shit ton of animals and stuff that need butchering, and it's not like we're like low on food or anything. It's just that for some reason, like look at Matthews. It looks like she's not using the kitchen up there, so that's interesting. Why is that? Because these have bills, don't they? Yeah, they've got bills. And if we look at Matthews, she's on kitchen detail. And the stove and everything is usable in that zone that she's a part of. So why is she going all the way down there? That's interesting. I'm beginning to wonder if I need to get rid of these. Just don't know if that's wise though. Yeah, they're all bringing them down here to this kitchen to use. Me, I mean. It's interesting. I'm gonna have to think that over. Because that's why. That's 100% why we're not generating as much food as we used to. They're going all the way up to these wings, getting the meats, and then coming all the way back down and preparing it in this kitchen. So if we got rid of these, that would mean then that I'm assuming they would spend more time up here. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Just don't know. I'm beginning to suspect, though, that we might benefit from creating a butchering zone. Let me see if I can do that here. Because this game, I know at one point it has like a limit of the number of zones that you can create. see, that kind of conflicts with how you assign things, or in terms of how the responsibilities are coupled with the stuff, because I don't think, see, butchering and cooking are bundled together, so you can't really create an exclusive butchering zone, which causes some problems, at least as far as my design is concerned. Maybe we just need more cooks. Let's see here. Right now we've got Kaufman all the way down to Jock. Jackie. Higgins. Jackie and Higgins. We're going to try that for a while. Yeah. Jackie and Higgins. Jackie and Higgins. Jackie and Higgins. Alright, Jackie and Higgins. So Jackie, I'm going to assign her now to kitchen detail. Or cooking. And again, let's see how that does. Or how that goes. I'm hoping that helps out a little bit. I don't think it can hurt. I mean, I think as far as ag stuff is concerned, I think for the most part we're doing okay on that. Then again, I mean, we're still pretty early in winter too, so I don't know how it's gonna go. It's like the muffalo and the bison are needing more. Hay. can't even put that down there. Jeez. So I can lay down a freaking wood wall, but I can't put down wood flooring. Somebody make it make sense. We're just gonna have dirt there. That fucking sucks, man. It's a good pilot, I guess. I think for Oski, do some construction. Let Rachel and Newton do some construction as well. Pretty tight on metal still. So it looks like they're looking for more slate. That's what we'll do right there. Yeah, that's slate. Yeah, we're getting a little low on slate. They still have some to work with, but not as much as what I was thinking they should have. So I think we're gonna have to figure something out with that soon. I thought I had at least one drill that that was currently bringing up slate, but I can't remember exactly. Let's get in steel. Shit, we've got tons of slate, we just haven't hauled it, I guess. Maybe that's what I need to do. I didn't realize that the rhino in here was... Oh, okay. Let me see here. Espinosa's idle. And I guess he's idle because we don't have any metal to make any more components with. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Let me see here. I think I'm going to have them start making some armor. But I don't know exactly what kind of armor. But we're going to want armor before we start taking on some of those threats, you know? Some of this shit's pretty expensive, man. look at the costs of this stuff. It's insane. Variant of cataphract armor with a shoulder-mounted flame bolt launcher. This armor is slightly less protective than standard cataphract against normal damage, but is especially flame resistant. The flame bolt launcher has very limited ammo and must be reloaded after use. Phoenix specializes in clearing out very confined spaces full of enemies, as in underground or shipborne operations. They can absorb hits while moving down a corridor, fill rooms with flame, and emerge from the smoke unscathed. So, I think what we're gonna want, if there's something that fills this need, is some sort of armor that's specifically designed for summoned threats, and I'm not sure what that would be. What's recon armor? High-tech armored with built-in status computer and a protective plasteel weave plate. Expensive and beautiful prestige armor like this is usually made for those of high status. Embedded LTEX threads also enhance the wearer's psychic sensitivity. Okay. Not just cataphract armor. A suit of heavy powered armor built for maximum protection at the cost of mobility. Heavy layered plasteel weave plates with solid, is that ablative coatings stop all but the most well-aimed or powerful attacks. Neurometic assisters prevent the suit's massive weight from immobilizing the wearer entirely, but the suit is still quite cumbersome. Armor like this is used by Imperial cataphracts to break heavily fortified positions in frontal assaults when no other option is available. Suit of light, partially powered armor designed to permit quick movement, lightweight plasteel weave plates, block attacks without compromising mobility, and neuromimetic assisters in the lower body, blah 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 blah. This is often used by Imperial Scout troops and Glitterworld police forces. And finally, marine armor. That's probably what we're going to wind up doing. Suit powered armor, layered, blah blah blah. This is often used by rapid incursion space marines. This stuff. Expensive, beautiful, prestige. This is usually made for this high status, but oh, I think I already read this. Well, shit. Did I read this one though? I can't remember. Expensive, beautiful, prestige. Status, blah blah blah. Stuff is just so expensive. I'm just gonna start off with this for now. Marine helmets and marine armor. Actually, you know what? I got an idea. That one, the marine helmet, and this one, the marine armor. Is there anything else that I want to make? I think there is. Yeah, I think for now that's all I want. Locust armor, I didn't I don't think I read this one. Okay. Unlike most ultra-tech military units, Locusts train primarily with melee. They usually avoid static shootouts, preferring to jump straight into enemy fortifications and fight hand to hand. They do poorly in static defense, blah blah blah, but excel on mix, blah blah blah. Burst rockets for short-range flight. Really? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with the marine stuff because when we get to a point where we can finally summon those threats, I'm gonna have at least 2 layers of these uh, uranium slug turrets surrounding the entire complex. So if they can't use their current uh, jumpsuits or jump packs, by the time they would need to, any enemies that are coming into the compound are going to wind up being no less than down 50% of health. So I'm not really too worried about that. My concern in summoning those threats is what happens if they wind up landing like right inside the base. That's I don't know if I've got much of a solution for that other than maybe installing a bunch of EMP traps all over the place. That's really the only thing that I can think of. Which is going to be kind of weird, but I mean, if that's what we've got to do, then I guess that's what we're going to wind up doing. You got to remember, though, I'm only going to have to do that about 6 times, summoning those things, I mean. Because the biggest incentive that I have for summoning those stupid things is just to get those components that I need to build those uh, toxic waste pack disposal buildings. That's the only reason. So once I get about 6 of those buildings made, I'm not really going to need to summon those stupid things anymore. I think. I mean, it just depends on how many bots and stuff that we wind up making, or mechanoids, I mean. Yeah, it looks like we've got a marriage going on here. Okay, well, get on with it if you're going to get married. So it's Vic and Warner, I guess. Okay, B. I'll get back to work. Welsh and Sam. I hate it when it does this. Newton, Welsh, and Sam. Sam. There he is. Welsh. Okay, we're gonna have to do something about this steel. Really hurting for it. So, let's see here. How are they doing on the flooring? Not too bad. So let's re-examine what we've got right now. Let's put Newton and Rachel back on full-time mining. Let's see here, Oski. Also do that as well. There's 4. Tell you what, we'll do Ren too. So Newton, Rachel, Oski, and Ren. Rachel, Oski, and Ren. she's already on it. Oski. Alright. I should have done this a long time ago. Ooh, this could be good. Healer mech serum. Hell yeah. Okay, what do we need? Some blah, blah, blah. Bionic. They would like to purchase one bionic eye. That's it? I think we've got that, don't we? Pretty sure we do. Some kidney. Attack. Kidneys. Bionic eye. Wait, did they say what? Did they stipulate a quality? No, they don't. Alright. Yes, we're gonna do this. Okay, kick ass, man. This is a good one. Okay. Let me see here. I'm gonna send 2 people. Just to be safe. We'll send Sam and I don't know, someone. Let's see here. That was Cadespes, right? Or however you pronounce that. I'm absolutely certain here. Yeah. Caspes. It's about 7 days worth of travel. Except See here, Sam. Where is she? This damn thing would sort things by some sort of alphabetical order or something. It's so frustrating trying to find people and things. So we got Sam. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna send 3 people. Just to be safe. Because you never know what's gonna happen sometimes in some of this stuff. So we'll send Sam. Uh, Ren. And Clara, I guess. Well, let's send. Go with life. Okay. Horses. It's, should be all we need. It's kind of overdoing it, I think, but just to be safe. Take one more of those, because again, you never know what you're going to run into. Oh, definitely done with that. Alright, there, I think we're good. Kick ass, man. That means that we're going to wind up having about, I think, 4 things of healer mech. If I'm not mistaken. That's a skill trainer. Oh, okay, so 3. Still, that's awesome. I'm going to let this kind of run for a second. I need to go use the bathroom and get something to drink. I'll be right back. So yesterday I went on a jog. It was the first jog I... excuse me. It was the first jog I basically did for the past 2 weeks. Man, am I feeling it today. My thighs are sore, my back's a little tight, nothing major. The good news, though, is that I was able to actually jog, because that injury that I had, whatever the hell it was, it had me laying out, man. Couldn't do anything for a while. So it's nice to kind of be able to do stuff again. Have Pez clean up some stuff. Slept in today until about 12:30. Which, I hardly ever do, but since I'm on vacation, it's like, why bust ass to get up early? What are we looking down here, man? Are we just about on? There's life. Hold on, what are you doing? Getting out of here. Alright. One thing I told myself that while I was on break is that I was going to try to get my house cleaned up and do some stuff with a garage project that I've got going on. I've got like this massive workbench that I made, and I'm wanting to install a leg vise. But in order to do it, I'm gonna have to find a creative way to drill through about maybe 6 inches worth of, I think it's 2x8 or 2x6 horizontally. And I mean, I have some ideas about how I can go about doing that, but it's just, it's like one of those things that if you do it, you've screwed up your entire workbench, and it's kind of stressful just to think about, because I put a lot of effort into this bench that I made, and thing's huge, but I made it huge intentionally because whenever you do woodworking projects, you want to be able to have a stable surface to work on. But I just haven't really been. I haven't done any of the stuff that I've intended to do during vacation, just because I've been wanting to just kind of chill out. I wish I could sell some of these damn blocks that I don't intend on using. Like marble. I don't want to get some of that stuff. And I picked slate because I just think it looks better. here it is. Let's look for. Doesn't really seem to give you much information about things related to beautification values. Which is why I was kind of looking at that, because they're saying that this kind of area, I think they're seeing it as somewhat ugly, and I was trying to look at ways to maybe improve that. Decorative flowers, improve mood, blah blah blah. Let's see, it doesn't really give you much. Go on. We get another bulk good trader around here at some point. I'm gonna try to get rid of some of these clothes. We've just got so much of it that I don't think that we need what we have. See if we can't get rid of some of this clothing stuff. It's some of the stuff I don't really want to get rid of, but like I said, I'm trying to just make some room. Because we've got like shit laying around on the floor and stuff. I don't crazy about that. Use steel. Looking on plasteel. I'll go ahead and get it. making sure that this isn't linked to anything else in here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these. Relink everything, because it didn't look like they were all linked the way that I wanted them to be. Those. Hard to hard to imagine that we already used all of that freaking steel. Sitting over here looking at this stuff, and oh well, we've got, well, not a whole lot, but we've got a little bit left. I'm watching what Innie's doing. I'm trying to see what he's using that steel for. I guess he's working on it. Okay, here we go. Let's- Woo! All right, rock on. Okay. So now, trying to think here. Is there something that I need to do to? I guess we don't do anything. I guess we just leave it. I guess I don't know. I never can remember how you send them back. You know, and I know that right now it's showing them as, I guess, resting. So maybe once they get done resting, they'll start coming back on their own. Look at it here in a bit. We're such pigs. Oh. This little bastard, I don't want him in here. I suppose I can sell those whenever the time comes. Oh, that's what I needed to do. I forgot about that. Looks like we're staying on top of the well, the livestock feeding pretty well. The only exception is over here, but we're still doing okay over here, I think, for the most part. Those Thrembos are going to town on some of the hay, though. For all though, it looks like we're doing pretty well. confused here because if fixing labor. Okay, that's Kenzo. But when I select Vic, I can't have anybody gather for labor. I don't know what that means. Here we go. There's Sam. There she is. I'm trying to keep an eye on Sam because she's the one that's holding the healer mech serum, and I want to make sure it gets placed in the in the way that I want it to be. So I don't want anybody using that stuff. Okay. So apparently Murphy. Horse. Okay, well, it says that they're not allowed, so, which is a little. I don't know if I trust that, man, because I know that I had the 2 unallowed, but does that mean that I also now have the 3 unallowed? I guess, because it says to allow, click here. Guess we'll roll with it. It says that she's given birth, but I don't really know what the hell's going on. go. Alright, so... Right. Baby. It's a female. Siri. Sure. Alright, so Vic. Let's see, where's their room? There they are. This one to Siri. Alright. Okay, is there anything else now that I need to think about? I assume somebody's gonna put the little baby up, right? Ski, I guess, is gonna do it. Where's Oski? Keep meaning to look up some modules to help me find this stuff better, but never get around to it. Looks like we're nice and safe now. Better do another safe skipoo. Okay. So we got some of the chem generators getting built over there. We're needing steel again. Yeah. Freaking steel, man. wooden plate armor. Didn't know you could get something like that on here. It's interesting. Well, there's not much on this trade. Take it though. I think it's about time to start thinking about how we're going to flesh this out. Trying to think of a simple way to do this. probably going to be some changes to that, or because I don't, I'm not sure how I'm going to wind up doing the doors with this kind of layout. Still kind of getting things hashed out in my mind. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end this episode here. I'm getting kind of hungry. I haven't had anything to eat yet. Um, I don't know if I'm going to play this again tonight or not. I might. But when I come back in any event, is we're going to just keep focusing on these rooms. Keep trying to come up with a sensible way of laying all this stuff out. That way I can finally come up with a design that relocates this stuff somewhere into here. I don't know where yet. So anyway, gonna leave it at that. Again, I hope you guys are having a good Christmas. Hope Santa Claus treated you well. Hope you're staying out of trouble, eating well, and I'll see you when I see you. Later.